Hello and welcome to the 21 Day Kindness Challenge Middle School webinar. We are very excited to have you here today. Before I begin, I'd like you to ask you to grab a piece of paper and a pencil and keep it handy because towards the tail end of the webinar, I am going to have you fill out a little question or a few questions to help bring kindness to your campus. Hi, I am Justina Bryant. I am the founder and the president of the 21 Day Kindness Challenge. And also on our team is Christy Tall. She is the vice president, and we are your kindness team. If you have any questions or you have any thoughts or anything you want to share with us, please do so now, tomorrow, or whenever the idea pops in your head. Our email address is team, T-E-A-M, at 21daykindnesschallenge.org. So just shoot us over an email if you have any questions about today's presentation or anything else that you might have a question about. We are so excited to have you here today. We're going to tell you a little bit more about our program, about the impact that it's had on the lives of those who have participated. And then towards the tail end, we're going to help you brainstorm the ways you can bring the 21 Day Kindness Challenge to your campus. Our mission here is to empower today's youth to change their world with kindness. We really believe we've seen it in action. We've witnessed every aspect of it. And we really believe that today's youth can change their world with kindness. In this program, they learn about kindness. They learn about what it feels like to be kind, what it feels like to receive kindness, and they really get a whole understanding as to what kindness looks and feels like. So thank you all again for hanging out with us today, opening your hearts and your minds to being the change you want to see in the world. Our program really is about building kindness, creating kindness on campus. It is a student-led program, and throughout the process, students begin to learn to be effective, caring, and proactive leaders for tomorrow. They emphasize, again, what it feels like to have respect, to give respect, promotes responsible decisions. It creates a positive atmosphere. It allows students to really understand and develop empathy. It strengthens your school community, and it increases positive behaviors. Our program is designed for 3 different levels. We have an elementary, we have a middle school, and a high school level. And each level has age-appropriate activities to cultivate the kindness that is needed on campus. The 21 Day Kindness Challenge, it motivates not just students, it collectively motivates everyone on campus. So teachers and principals and staff. I had a teacher that spoke with me and was, when this program was first brought to their school, and they were like, oh, that's coming to my school? Okay, yeah, let's play kindness. And then after she started going through the program for a couple of weeks, she realized that she was witnessing the students change, but more importantly, she was witnessing her own self-change. She was really looking for kinder kids instead of looking for the bad behaviors. The kind behaviors started to really pop out, and she really started to focus. So she felt an entire shift within herself that she really wasn't expecting. So that was really amazing to hear. But when everyone promises to do 5 acts of kindness on campus together, it develops this more inclusive and more exciting campus and school culture. Okay, we're going to brag here a little bit. We are so excited about what's happening. Our program is really making an impact, and it's making a difference, and it feels so amazing to be a part of it. We have, since 2014, we've had several schools participate in our pilot program. And just last year, we had an exorbitant amount of people doing it, just really after all the kinks have been worked out, really working through it. And we are proud to say that we have touched over 37,000 lives. And we have recorded over 180,000 acts of kindness. It is such an amazing experience to be watching this and to be helping with this process and to have developed it. I'm just so excited to share this with you. 95% of our schools cannot wait to bring the Kindness Challenge back to their school. And 98% of our students, they say the Kindness Challenge has truly made a positive impact on their campus. And 100% of our kindness ambassadors, which are people like you, our kindness coaches, the people who are running the program on their campus, say that they would highly recommend this program to other schools. The 21-Day Kindness Challenge program is comprehensive. And what I mean by that is that it provides all the materials and all the support that you or someone on your campus that's going to be the champion for this needs to run a successful kindness challenge. Our program includes a step-by-step guide with checklists that walk you through the entire process from start to finish. It includes all the materials that you need, the kindness strips, and those are here. And those allow you to record your acts of kindness. Spotted kindness cards, those are here, and those are for teachers that don't necessarily have a classroom and or administrators, custodians, the lunch lady or the lunch man, anybody on campus that really touches a child really quickly. So they pass those out. Then you have wristbands. So everyone who participates on campus gets a wristband, and the wristband is just a visual reminder that I am participating in this great kindness challenge. Adults and students get the wristband. There are homeroom boxes. These are kindness boxes for teachers to put into their classrooms and or the front office or the library. They're rather small, and they just sit in the classroom, and that's where the students and or teachers would put their kindness strips that they filled out inside of the box to help keep it all together. There are home extension projects is what we call them, and these are great. They allow the students to get involved in the community. They allow parents to ask questions of the student, like what's happening. We have table topics for nightly discussions at the dinner table about kindness. We also offer a weekly homeroom project. So teachers that are super excited and they want to get involved, whether that's a core teacher or an elective teacher or a PE teacher, whoever wants to get behind this and get involved, they have the option to do some projects with their students as well. We have daily writing prompts. They are from a 2-minute write down 5 things I'm going to do today to a longer one that says, how could I change the world through kindness? And teachers can utilize those writing prompts as well. And as well as daily videos. And those are just 1 to 3 minute videos that talk about just different character traits, from empathy to kindness to understanding. It is just another visual tool that teachers are able to utilize. It really is easy to implement. I will talk more about how it's ran throughout this presentation, but it really is an easy implementation. It's a plug and play. We offer different packages based on different school sizes, and it's geared towards your student body. We also do qualitative and quantitative data, meaning we provide you with surveys before you begin the 21-Day Kindness Challenge and after, so you can actually see the impact the Kindness Challenge has had on your campus. We gather information from students, from teachers, from staff, from counselors, principals, and parents. We help you track your acts of kindness. We also, with the surveys, we are able to see what impact the Kindness Challenge has had on your negative and positive behaviors, on your referrals, and really your overall sense of well-being on campus. We believe that, and we've noticed that this program has a really depth of learning about kindness, and it's mainly because it's student-led. And what we found is that the peer-to-peer relationships develop this deeper connection and breaks down a lot more barriers, so it really does go deep. It is intentionally designed for 21 days, so the students can help, and everybody involved, help create a healthy habit of being kind. We offer training and support for people who are running the program. We have an exclusive website that I will show you in a moment. And on that exclusive website, it has training videos, it has support videos, it has printables where you can print anything that's in the manual. There's additional templates that you might not find in your guide. There's a special section for student leaders, and there are presentations for you to present to either your parent community or your whole school community. I'm gonna pop out and show you that right now. So as I said, you see here, there's a training course. You submit your start date, so you let us know when you're starting, and then that will let us know when to send you over information in regards to what you need to do each week. Presentations, student leadership videos, printables. There's a forum for you to ask questions, us to get back to you, or other schools getting involved. They can also reply to you. If you would prefer just to download all the emails at one time, you could do that as well. And then, of course, if you need anything additional, you can go to our store from here. So let me go back to where I was. And so how does the program work? As I said, everyone on campus is challenged to do 5 acts of kindness every day for 21 days. You measure your acts of kindness by writing them down on kindness strips and or kindness cards. And all of these materials are, of course, given to you in your package. These 3 questions are questions we get a lot from people that are looking at doing the Kindness Challenge on their campus. So who runs the program on my campus? As I said, our student leaders run the program, and they are guided by a leader that is either a teacher or a lead parent. We refer to these amazing adults as kindness coaches. This lead person or kindness coach can be a teacher. It can be a parent. We've had all of these. It could be a yard duty or a proctor or whatever you call it on your campus in the middle school section. It could be a counselor. We've even had a custodian, school nurses. Really, it's any adult on campus that is really passionate about making a difference at your school. We do recommend that you have one, but it'd really be great to have 2. It's just really great to be able to work around the students with 2 adults versus 1. But if you have 1, then that's all great too. As for the student leaders, they themselves are responsible for the planning, the announcing, so there's a school assembly, and organizing the weekly kindness projects. They can be student leadership if you have a certain club if there's a certain group of students that you know would thrive in this. Maybe it's an elective. Maybe there's a type of elective that teacher that really wants to take this on with their class or their classes. Really, you know your school best, and you know how it'd be ran best. And so making that decision is a very unique one. And if you have questions about this, by all means, please reach out to us and let us try to answer any of your questions that you have. How much time does it take to implement and plan and run the 21-Day Kindness Challenge? This is really one of those questions that we get so often. And the truth is, it is not overwhelming at all. And the impact is so huge that it's worth every millisecond. It takes you, I would say, 1 hour per week for 3 weeks. And that's in regards to planning. And it might not take you that long. It really just depends on, you want to carve some time out, because you're going to be spending that time planning with choosing your dates for the beginning and the end, when your assemblies are, when your kindness challenge meetups are, and meeting with your student leaders, as well as going through the training videos. So it's not overwhelming. It's just a time, a moment to sit down with a pencil and paper and really hammer out when it would work the best. It would also be a time where you meet with your teachers and staff and let them know what's happening. We have a presentation for that, and pass out any materials that they would need for their classrooms. The kindness challenge, as far as your school schedule goes, it really fits into where you want it and when you think it is best. You can hold the kindness challenge at any point throughout the school year, but just be conscious of the 21 days, and we really highly recommend making them consecutive. Obviously, no weekends, so it's a 4-week program. So take 3 weeks for planning and then 4 weeks for implementation. Last question that we get often is, how much time does it take away from teachers? Teachers can spend as little or as much time as they want with this. It doesn't take away much class time at all. As I said, there are the optional 1 to 3 minute videos, whether that's, your history teacher or a English teacher or whomever wants to take that on, if they do. There's the optional kindness projects that can happen. Again, doesn't have to be the same teacher all the time or the same class all the time. And also we give or provide daily writing prompts, and that could be 1 minute to however long. Maybe it's an essay for the week. And then the only thing that we do ask is to give the students at some point throughout the day and just a couple minutes to fill out some strips that talk about how they've spotted an act of kindness. All right, now it's time for that pen and paper that I told you to grab. And we have 3 questions here, or 3 things for you to do, and we'll get started. So first, I want you to write down 4 names of people who you think, these are adults, who you think can help you run the kindness challenge on your campus. Whether that is you or you are just here gathering information and there's 4 people that you can think off the top of your head that would be like, yes, they'd be so excited about bringing this. Or maybe it's department heads. Maybe there's certain departments that you want to have running this instead of specific people. But just to reiterate, we've had great success with yard personnel, teachers, parents, coaches. Coaches are really amazing to try to get on, especially in the middle school. For some reason, there's this connection with the coaches, and so if you can get a coach involved, that would be amazing. Maybe they don't have to run it, but they can certainly be in the forefront doing this. An office staff member, after school coordinator, activities director, Just brainstorm 4 names, 4 departments. Who do you think would get you behind you on this? Second question, now write down a list of students. You can either by name, and I would say 10 to 15, or a student group, or if there's a club that's formed on your campus that you know would do well with this. And if you have a leadership role of students already in place, that's awesome. Maybe it's an after-school program that they take it on, and even though, and they're part of your school, so they do most of the planning and all that stuff during the after-school program. And depending on your school, maybe you want to have the highest grade level. Maybe it's 8th grade, if that's how your school works, that they take it on and all 8th graders are kind of responsible, but maybe there's a subgroup of them that you've pulled out that are really passionate about this. And then lastly, look on your calendar and think about a 6-week time block. Now, it doesn't all have to be together. The 4 weeks does have to be together, but the 3 weeks do not have to be together. So your 3 weeks is your planning process of meeting with the students, finding out your dates, doing different, informational meetings with teachers and whatnot. But the 4 weeks does. So if you can carve out a 4-week time block to run the Kindness Challenge and a 1 to 3 week time block to plan the Kindness Challenge, look at that and just jot down some dates. Another question that we do get quite often is, when is the best time to run the Kindness Challenge? And again, it really depends on your school community. A lot of people like to do it in February, I think because it's Valentine's. And then another thing that I do suggest that has happened, that I've witnessed in the past that's worked well, is before the winter holiday break. You do your planning and you tell everybody all about what you're going to be doing, and then you get them all geared up and you get them all excited, and then when you get back from the holiday break, the 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long your break is, then you start the Kindness Challenge, like the next day or something, and you get everybody excited, and that works really well too. So here is the cost breakdown. Again, if you don't see your school size on here, do not worry. We offer packages for all sizes, and you could just call and or email us and let us know what size your school is, and we can accommodate you there. We also want to say that it's about $1 per student. So if your school isn't on here, you can kind of guesstimate about how much that's going to cost. There's been some really clever and creative ways that schools have been able to either find funds or bring funds to the program. Some schools have set aside like an anti-bullying fund, or improving school climate, or even a wellness campaign fund. Just if you're not the decision maker on that, just ask someone who is, and they'd be able to tell you if they have funds set aside. Other schools, students, parents, and administrators, they've reached out to their parent groups. Some PTAs have put up funds for them to do this, while other schools went out into their community and they asked different organizations, from a group of small businesses to Rotary clubs to we've had a 4-H that was extremely successful, and Chamber of Commerce. We still have had other schools where students really just themselves wanted to bring it to the campus, and they put together bake sales and rummage sales and did run walks in order to raise money to bring the Kindness Challenge to their school. Payment options, we do work with districts, so purchase orders, those are, you can either submit one online or you can send us an email. If you submit it online, just go to our website, 21dayKindnessChallenge.org, and submit dash, don't forget the dash PO, or send us an email to team@21daykindnesschallenge.org. And other schools, like their parent groups, have credit cards, and so they pay via credit card through our store. So if you do that, just go to our website /store. Here's our contact information. If you have any questions or you just want to share some incredibly inspiring stories as to what your school has been doing in relation to kindness or how to create a stronger network in your own school, please let us know. Reach out to us. Send us an email about questions or about anything that's happening on your campus that you're just wanting and dying to share. Our website is here at 21daykindnesschallenge.org. And thank you so much for joining us today. And we do hope that we hear from you soon and that we've inspired you to bring kindness to your campus.